Hello and welcome to the Earth Signs Spring Equinox Predictions Taroscopes with Tracy. We're looking at your March, April, and May and overall energies, Virgo. So I'm going to talk about the fact that the very first thing in your reading, because I really like to end on a positive note, there are some big changes coming in for Virgo during the next 3 months. And this will not apply to everyone. Please don't force it to fit if it doesn't fit for you. Just observe it and be aware of it, that not every message in this reading is specifically for you, okay? Because it is a group, so a couple things may be yours, a couple things may be not. However, just be honest with yourself when you're hearing this. If it's feeling like a situation that you are a part of, if it feels like something you specifically are a part of, just be honest with yourself and you'll get the most out of the reading. That being said, you have some really positive energies here, but I'm going to start with the most difficult ones, okay? So you're starting with Archangel Michael. So first of all, you have a lot of protection during this time, okay? But he also talks about truth. So there may be some situations or people revealing themselves to you in this time period, and you may be making the choice to move on from certain situations that are no longer serving you or bringing you high anxiety and grief and just overall upset. Okay, so we're going to talk about those first because you do have a lot of beautiful energies coming in after that. But you do have the spirit of Michael to work with you at this time and to keep you protected through the choices that you make. Overall energy is you making a choice. So it starts out with the Two of Wands, but because it is in reverse, it shows that you either have made a choice or you will be making a choice during this time. It kind of looks like definitely by April. At the very latest, you're going to be making a choice to move on from a certain situation or take a different path. For some of you, not all of you, this could be dealing with the pain of grief. Some of you, we definitely have pain in the heart space. So let's talk about the different ways that could come about. You know, grief being in the heart space could be over a failed relationship. It could be over a loss of someone or something. It could be the loss of a pet, okay? It could be a lot of different things that just really just break our heart and weigh heavy on that we feel someone missing from us, okay? And that's the energy that's coming in for you. You also have a storm warning, and this doesn't feel so much, and please don't take this the wrong way. This doesn't feel so much, oh, there's a storm warning. There's going to be a great loss coming in for your life. I don't want you to be paranoid in that sense. This is just to let you know that we definitely have some grief in the heart space to be worked on. Some of this may be communication issues within a relationship. I'm going to speak about it as a romantic relationship, but you could absolutely apply it to a coworker relationship, a family dynamic, that sort of thing. Okay, so what we're having for you is this, again, storm warning in the energetic deck, which is pretty much like the Tower. And it can come a couple different ways. A lot of times when it comes in, it's because the foundation we've been working with is either not solid or needs to shift and change as we shift and change, okay? I personally don't love these storm warnings and towers because I don't like unexpected anything. However, AJ loves the Tower because it kind of takes your what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe responsibility, not responsibility. Maybe it takes the burden off of you because these are going to unfold regardless of, you know, if someone was to say to you, oh, hey, I heard that your workplace got bought out and there's going to be some changes. It's like, okay, you can prepare for that. You're not actually bringing it on by negative thinking. You're like, this is what I heard. This is what I think I might need to do. Let me see how I feel about this. Let me see what I can do. And in that way, you can create a breakthrough from a Tower situation rather than it happen being an unexpected upheaval. For a lot of you, this is going to come in the form of a miscommunication that happens in April. There is, and I keep saying this and keep forgetting about it, a Mercury retrograde happening April, May area. So you definitely are going to want to watch specifically your communication with other people. This could be the communication with a child as well. You could be the child, you could have the child, but this is a younger energy that just really has kind of a sharp tongue and a need to disrupt, if that makes sense. And when I say this, I'm not saying their need to disrupt is bad. I'm not judging it at all. I'm saying, sometimes people are put here to disrupt the status quo. So maybe that's what's happening here when it comes to a child relationship. However, if we're talking about a relationship, a romantic relationship, what I think some Virgos are going to find during this time period is the relationship that you're in just simply is not enough for you. Okay, and there's frustration in the relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear or ego issues, and jealousy may be playing a big part of it. Okay, and the truth you may be realizing is that you've either maybe outgrown this relationship, it's not enough for you, or no need to feel guilty about that. The Sword and the Rose: clarity, truth, revelation, force, honor, protection, and power. And that's what's coming in with Michael as well. So just know you have Archangel Michael supporting you on this journey. You're going to find some things out, or some things are just going to become known to you, meaning like sometimes we absolutely know a situation, but we're not ready to look at it. Or we might know it and know that we need to look at it, but there's a lot of other factors that you're like, oh, but I have a test coming up, or I'm about to move, or I'm about to do these things, and I really can't handle the emotional burden of dealing with this right now. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. So that being said, you have Eagle Spirit as well. Number 23, Spirit has your back. So whatever changes you're going to be going through, please keep in mind that you're absolutely supported as you do this, as hard as it may be for you. Okay. In March, it looks like you're starting to get something to do with your own legacy. Okay. So this could be anything from a bonus at work to an inheritance to something that you're building that you're actually starting to see the fruits of your labors, meaning, maybe you started a business, you intended to be a family business. As it grows and you're actually starting to see some profit from it, have some excitement towards it. That's going to happen in March. It's going to build a lot of confidence for you. It's going to be really exciting. It also may be the fact that, this might be what's opening your eyes up to the fact that maybe you're not in a partnership that works for you. Maybe you bring a lot more to the table than your partner, and sometimes that's okay, but if it's a consistent source of disappointment for you, it's something to absolutely look at. You have April, where that looks like where the miscommunication is coming in. That looks like where you're having most of the struggle. Again, this could be in the form of dealing with a child or dealing with a relationship. Again, could be coworker, could be family, could be romantic. Take it how it resonates for you. It could also have to do with someone's rights. So the reason I say that is you have movement, which is number 17. It's my favorite. Something has been not moving for you. It's been stagnant. And whatever you do at this time is going to push this forward. And Spirit's going to help you push this forward. Because there's a vision here. I embrace broader vision, knowing that what the universe has in store for me is so much better than what I had envisioned for myself, and just needing to trust. Also, you have Advocate here. I am a voice for the voiceless, bringing strength to those weak in spirit or body. Okay? So you may find that a very small disagreement that you have in the spring equinox period of time sets you off on a completely new road that you hadn't really planned on getting on. Okay, it's interesting because I feel like maybe this is something you had in the back of your mind, but you actually never shared it. So maybe it's going to come as more of a surprise for others and that sort of thing. But what I do love to end you with is the fact that in May you have the Star card, also number 17, which is my lucky number, and apparently in this reading it's yours as well. Okay, that you're dealing with hope, wish fulfillment, and a new beginning coming in May. And after dealing with the grief and the storms and the truth and all of that heaviness that needed to be done, but it's never pleasant, your reward is that new beginning. Your reward is that fulfillment and that movement and that support from Spirit. So, good luck. Okay, Capricorn, let's take a look at your spring equinox energies going into March, April, and May. The overall energy for the season, you're getting the Sun. So I love that for you because it's definitely a time to expect positive outcomes. And it looks from the other information here that it might have been a while since you've been in a positive mindset. So the sun coming out longer during the day, heading into our spring and summer months, will be extremely beneficial for you. We also have Spider spirit, make your dreams real. Okay, a lot of times in the winter time, we could be hermiting a little bit, making plans, deciding what we're going to do, but not actually having that motivation until we have the longer day and we're able to have that balance coming in. So if you've been working on something, if you've been, especially with the spider as well, because it talks about just everything being interconnected. So if you don't know what this means, or you're not feeling so inspired, absolutely ask spirit for additional signs. As I say in all of my readings, your reading isn't just today. It goes on, you get your reading, you get the information, spirit knows that you're open to it. You continue to get information through synchronicity and dreams for days and weeks leading, not leading up to, after the reading as well. So just be aware of that and really be the observer as you continue to move forward, because it looks like what was happening energetically to you, and especially the fact, and we're talking about the word connection, because this talks about your crown chakra and despondence. Okay, so you might have experienced a lot of winter depression. You may be somebody dealing with seasonal depression, or it could have actually been things that have occurred. This also reminds me of when you are trying to rise above things and there's a lot of jealousy, people, talking behind your back or just saying negative things to you, like, oh, that's never going to work, or, what are you doing? There's a lot of this energy that was happening for you in the winter. All right, but luckily for you, right, you hung in there. And the rune card that you have coming in is fertility. So as you start to see the plants and the trees and everything start to bloom, so is your soul. Okay, so is everything else. So please leave that energy behind. Know that it was environmental. It had nothing to do with you, and you don't need to cloak yourself in it. Okay, it might be good to do something for yourself during the spring equinox, like clear out your energy. Go get some Reiki, hit a meditation class, anything, and if you're busy, do it on YouTube, for 15 minutes in the morning one morning, just to absolutely clear that old energy out so that you can accept the good energy that's coming in, okay? But let's talk about the things in the past that kind of need to happen before you can really move forward, because it definitely looks like the underlying energy here is Seven of Swords. It happens in a couple different ways. In a way that's not so negative, this is about you holding your cards close to your vest. This would be somebody who is interviewing for other positions but has not let their work know that they are. This could also be happening romantically, right? Or this could be somebody who you encountered who was very selfish, because if you see how they take the swords, if they could carry those, they would take everything, okay? And this is an underlying energy, so this might be an energy that you've dealt with in the past, which is creating some of this energy of depression, and also dealing with in March, and not so much in April or May, but dealing with in March. You have the Four of Pentacles, but you have it in reverse, okay? So upright, this talks about, somebody holding their cards very close to their vest, but also holding back emotionally, not being able to open up. And it does look like in March that's starting to change, okay? You're starting to feel more trusting, more confident, and more able to open up, not just to what you want, but what you don't want, okay? Now, this is going to serve for you as a catalyst. You're having, I introduce others to infinite possibilities by igniting the passion and purpose within them. Okay, so you could be a natural cheerleader in the sense that you could be a mentor at work. You could be someone that loudly rides a motorcycle down the street while I'm doing a reading. This could absolutely be you being a catalyst for change for other people. You sharing your story, your experiences, your advice to other people might change the outcome that they have because of your own trial and error experiences, right? And that's what they come in here with. There are no mistakes. If I keep trying, the answer will find me. Okay? So that's really important that you recognize that on your journey, even if you've been stumbling a lot this year, it's going to clear out for you. Okay? And part of this was so that you could observe the different things that you're susceptible to, right? Or other behaviors and other people that you can see, and you can continue to counsel others in the direction that they're going. There is definitely a cheerleader energy here. You also have forgiveness coming in, which no more deserving of your forgiveness is yourself. Okay, so for whatever you're figuring that these are the mistakes that you made, or you're holding yourself accountable for, it's okay to hold yourself accountable. It's not okay to continue to have negative self-talk and really hold yourself to a different standard than you would hold anyone else who's actively trying on their path and their journey. Okay, in April, we also get communication coming in quickly and things starting to move. So if there's been some time here, that's been really good. That's been really good for you, even though it may be frustrating, especially if you're an impatient person. The timing is not right on the other side. So when things are happening to you and you're being held back from what you want, there is a change in perspective that is not only possible, it is necessary for you to move on, which is going to bring me to your romance cards before we get to anywhere else. This is a two-sided coin here because we have the twin flame cards. Lovely, right? Having a zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, and complementing each other, right? So there's an energy of this here, which is hopeful and happy. We also have girl with a snake, which kind of falls into this kind of a boundary, kind of falls into this kind of a boundary. There's somebody around you who does not want to see you succeed, okay? And just be aware of that. You know, it's not going to change you being victorious. It's just an energy to be aware of, right? So you have being charmed or used, enabled, and really being able to set boundaries, all right? So if you are a person who is seeking a relationship with a girl, maybe watch the person that's coming in as your twin flame or disguised as your twin flame. This could also be talking about now that you're in a relationship or you're meeting your twin flame, this is where you had that trouble opening up. That's where that Four of Pentacles reverse comes in, where it's kind of like, I'm going to put this in the past. And I'm going to be able to open up and have a relationship where we do complement each other and there is that duality, right? If you're asking about a male in the situation, it could have something to do with somebody else who still kind of has a claim to them some way or the other. Sometimes the person doesn't know that. So I'm not saying the person that you're with is a terrible person. I'm saying that there's somebody that they connected with in the past that feels that they have more of a claim to that person than you do. So just maybe watch out for that if you're having any trouble there. And in May, when this is in reverse, just because it hasn't happened yet, it will turn out. We do have the Hierophant, which is a higher self energy. This is the energy of tradition. It could be marriage for some of you. It could be going back to school for others. It could be simply, I now work in healthcare and you are now working in the institution of healthcare. But there's something to do with tradition happening in May that's coming from the higher self. And I feel like the opportunity is going to probably be announced some way in April as you go into May. So it's really important in March that you forgive yourself from the past mistakes, that you take a look at everything and continue to make your dreams a reality while being discerning from the people around you, okay? But ultimately, you end up with the Sun. It's a very positive card, and I really hope you have a wonderful season, Virgo. I'm sorry, Capricorn. Just did Virgo. Sorry, I'm on like many of these today. But no, absolutely Capricorn. It looks like it is an opportunity for you to open up and have a new road. Once you get past March, I think that anything that's standing in your way is going to start to subside. So make sure that you're setting really clear boundaries with people. Good luck. Well, hello, Taurus, and happy birthday. You're going to get, or you did get rather, a couple extra cards here because we're going to go a little bit beyond the next 3 months from you. And what we are going to do March, April, and May, obviously, but we're going to give you an extended message on that so that you can kick off your next trip around the sun with a little bit more information that's helpful for your life. Okay, hopefully, right? So, overall energy of the reading, we're getting courage. Okay, there's a lot of pink there. We could be dealing with things in the heart space. I mean, we definitely are. We're going to talk about that first and just get that out of the way because this is going to be true for some of you, not all of you. Don't force it to fit, okay? If it feels like it's for you, then take it as it resonates for you. If it doesn't, remember that this is a group reading, so not every message in this is yours. If you would like a personal reading, you can schedule that separately, okay? So one of the first things that I want to talk about that's coming through for you is you have a lot of like hostile energy around you. And this could be in the workspace, it could be in your family zone, it could be in relationships, and we'll talk about that. But it's definitely something that, may come as a surprise for you because I don't feel like it's happening right this second. I actually feel like it's an underlying energy, almost to the point of, do you know how when you, and I'm going to use relationships just for this explanation. It doesn't mean it's how it has to resonate for you. But did you ever notice in life, in dating, you could be trying to get over an ex and then you finally meet somebody and you go out on the date and what happens, right? You go out on this date with somebody, you're trying to be open and you go into your purse or your pocket or whatever and you have 3 text messages from the ex who hasn't texted you in 3 months, right? That's the energy I'm getting in for you, Taurus. What I'm thinking is, from what I'm looking at, there is definitely something that went on in the past with somebody who was just like not a good person, okay? They were dishonest, they were manipulative, you had an experience with them, and you're aware of it. I don't feel like this is a surprise to you, okay, that this went on. And you could have some underlying hostilities about it, or they could have some hostilities about you now moving on, okay? Because what I have here is the fact that there is, and again, I'm skipping around a lot for you, but the underlying energy here is the King of Wands. And normally, I would say this is you being in your power, right? It's a Leo card, you know, being in your power. But also, like, this specific deck, how he's kind of looking off to the side, this comes in with a very narcissistic energy for me, okay? This is someone who is on their throne, not worried about what you're doing, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh. This could be the same with the job, right? This could fall into, if we're looking at it in that category. It hits your heart space though, so if it is a job, it's a job that you really loved, and there was an energy that kind of ruined that experience for you. But this could be a boss energy, right? Because this is a leader. This could be a boss energy coming through that was kind of like having you train your replacement, or, you know, didn't appreciate you while you're there, but now is trying to give you another offer to stay. So for instance, we're talking about, please don't go to that job. We'll match it. We'll give you better benefits. Pay attention, because it doesn't look like that's going to come through. Okay, somebody's coming back in for you. Again, it could be a boss, it could be a family member, it could be a romantic relationship, but a very manipulative energy that you've dealt with before, and you didn't trust them before. So why are you going to trust them now? Okay, just pay attention to that, because there's another period of your life that's coming in that's a little bit more important. And I think that you have this breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. This is what we're talking about. Something is ending for you. You're just putting a stop to it, which will be good for you, okay? Even if it's an adjustment. And then you have the dragonfly here. Be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Okay, so this isn't the only truth-telling in your reading. You have the Ace of Swords, which we'll get to, but you were going to be given the information, okay? My warning to you is I just don't want it to be given to you too late. So if there's somebody who's already been like a red flag city, just keep with your original feelings about that person. And if someone's promising you the world and they have not delivered before, check all of the fine print, especially because we have Mercury retrograde coming up, but because this isn't a person who has your best interest at heart, okay? But there's somebody coming in who does. So we'll get to that part, but I wanted to give you that warning right off the bat so that if something's happening like that, that you kind of understand that, right? So you have some hostilities coming in there. That could have a lot to do with jealousy, okay? It could be, you know, you could have a coworker who is like one of your best friends, and all of a sudden she knows you're leaving and she's trying to get your position, so she's throwing you right under the bus. I mean, this could go a million ways. I'm not going to go into all of them. Okay. Now, from the rune, you're getting initiation. This is like a phoenix too. So whatever is happening at this time, for you to rise above it and create a better life for yourself, this is coming up because the broader picture is at stake here. You need to rise out of this immediate problem, out of the building, out of the universe, you know, and just look at the bigger picture of your life, because that's what you're being asked to do here. And this is an initiation period. It's almost like a testing period. Like, okay, will this Taurus be able to stand up for themselves? Will they be able to see the forest through the trees? Can we give them these things, or are they going to waste them? Are they going to let other people come and take them away? Pull the wool over their eyes, right? Interestingly enough, you're getting transportation expert. It doesn't mean a field that you have to be in, although if that'd be funny, please let me know if that's true. But this talks about moving. I keep the world moving, bringing balance to everyday life. And partnership. I trust people and the universe to support and strengthen me in everything I do, right? And that's kind of funny because you do have this really good energy coming in, but it's not the one that that I'm talking about in the original, okay? It'll have a very different feeling. I don't feel like you will be able to be tricked. I don't feel like you won't know what this is. I just feel like when it comes in, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember you, okay? So don't be too concerned, just be aware. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch, okay? And when you're dealing with this information or the fallout or whatever this is, just remember to rise above and have class and grace, because at the end of the day, you will be rising above the situation and people reveal themselves. You know, I definitely feel like there's a situation here where if you wanted to, you could throw somebody right under the bus. And you know what? Truthfully, they would deserve it. But I'm going to say don't do that, because I feel like there's something so much better on the horizon. We don't even need to taint your karma. Be honest, stand up for yourself, but don't go down that rabbit hole of drama with them. Okay? Just don't even bother. So over here, let's go back here. All right, so March, something really may have already happened for you. This is new love, and this could be romantic. It could be, you know, just a new interest in loving yourself and taking better care of yourself. It could be something that you love, but it's a beautiful gift from the universe coming in March. We have in April, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So the Knight of Pentacles upright is slowly planting seeds everywhere. We're getting this across the board. And this is just kind of like a stop on efforts. Okay, something is not giving back to you anymore. So you're stopping to somewhere in April, stopping that effort. Sometimes, you know, this Ace of Cups coming in as self-love, or even somebody coming in as a new romantic love, can give us the confidence to look at ourselves in a different way. Okay, and expect more from ourselves, because in May, and this isn't here yet, but we're getting stability. I'm even going to drop down to here. Happy family and stability is coming in for you in May. Okay, so if things are going out and they're going wrong, just know that they're being aligned for you so you can have the happiness that you want. Okay, any truth telling that comes through, even if it's difficult. So in March, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Look at that coin. She's got her own stuff. She's trying to decide if she wants somebody in her world or not. April, Six of Pentacles. Finally, somebody coming in who is reciprocal in what they have to give and allowing you to be in a space of receiving, which you need to be. You can't just be the giver all the time. Energy over that is the Ace of Swords, which is that truth that we're talking about. So something is going to be revealed to you during this time. And I think it really has to do with Spirit saying, hey, you have a lot that's going to happen for you this year in a really positive way. Let's get the riffraff and problems out the door immediately so that we don't need this affecting your happiness with all this energy of trickery, hostilities, and, you know, and just really having the courage to move into your next phase of life. So, good luck and happy birthday to you.